We have another spooky episode today.
Yes, spooky season's coming. Spooky season. Spooky season.
Well, we get it twice because if we're going to celebrate Halloween and then also Obon, because August is the spooky time in Japan.
That's true. Then we got like a September break before another spooky time.
That's just more time to prep stories for Halloween. Shall we get started?
Yes.
I'm Frankie.
I'm Rosa.
And this is
Conbini Cult.
So before we get into some of our stories, so we found some on Reddit, and then I also got a listener submission by email, which is a good one.
Oh, I'm excited.
Just gotta tell you. So yeah, we have a few of those. But before we get into the actual stories, I think we should explain what Obon is.
That's true. I don't think the public knows.
Yeah. If you don't live in Japan, maybe you've never heard of it before. But it's a summer holiday, but it's a Buddhist tradition. It is a time to commemorate your ancestors. So they say that your ancestors and the dead, they come back to this world for a few days before returning to the other side.
Kind of like the Mexican tradition, isn't it?
Like the Day of the Dead?
Mm-hmm.
But it's usually a few days.
Oh, it's longer.
So typically around August 13th to 16th.
Mm-hmm.
So when this episode is uploaded, it'll be right before that time. So maybe some of these stories will cool you down during your summer vacation.
We need them. We need a chill.
Yeah, please. It's so hot out.
We're dying. Sorry to say.
So during Obon, you'll see a lot of lanterns. So the lanterns are technically supposed to guide the spirits back to their homes. And then at the end of the holiday, have you ever been to one of those festivals where they send the lanterns out on the water? Maybe the river or in the ocean?
I haven't been, unfortunately, but I've seen it. It's just so crowded.
I went to one in Fukui a couple years ago. And then you can buy one. And then you can write something on it. So like, my grandmother had passed away a couple months prior. So I got a lantern for her and then sent it down the river. But they collect them all later. So you don't have to worry about them just going off into nature.
What about the flying ones?
The ones that they do in Japan, it has a string.
Oh, okay. So
of course, sometimes they break. But for the most part, everybody pulls them back down and then you return it at the end of the festival.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, because I think in some other places, they just let it go off into the sky, which is really bad for the environment.
That must pollute.
And bad for the animals.
The bodies of water and forests and stuff and trees.
Yeah.
Not to mention, couldn't it cause a fire?
Yes. The one that I went to in Japan, they had strings.
That's a good solution, actually. Like a kite.
Yes, that's true. I feel like for the majority of ones here, they're sent off on the water. They do one at Arashiyama, which I'm sure is really packed. I've never been to that one specifically.
Anything there.
It is a really nice festival. But if you want to go and check it out, just be respectful because people are commemorating their deceased loved ones.
Yeah, it's not just party time, guys. You know, it's like Day of the Dead, though. Like, Mexicans really do party. I remember my grandma's funeral. I'm not Mexican, by the way. But I remember my grandma's funeral. It was like a party.
Celebration of life.
Yes. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll have a party too when I die. I don't know.
Why not?
Why not?
So, and also Obon is one of the 3 major holidays in Japan. So you've got New Year's, Golden Week, and Obon. So if you are a tourist traveling here at this time, if you can adjust your dates a little bit, because hotels and trains and stuff, they're all going to be booked out because a lot of people are going back to their hometowns.
Yeah. I mean, not only is it very, very hot, but also like everybody's on vacation here. So, you know.
Super crowded. Hotels are expensive. 200
million people out just doing whatever. So yeah, be careful.
But you know what? Obon is also a time for scary stories.
They do love the spooky here. I appreciate that.
The dead are coming back to our realm for a few days. And then again, to cool down people in the summer. Because the stories are going to give you a chill.
I do love a good haunted house.
Yes, there's a lot of like pop-up haunted houses stuff into during the summer. We get Halloween and Obon.
We get it all.
Spooky times. A lot of horror movies also come out during the summer.
Oh, that's true. Because you would rather be in a theater watching something instead of walking around.
True. Oh, and just one last thing. One of the superstitions is that you shouldn't go swimming during Obon.
What?
Because the dead can pull on your legs and drag you down and drown you.
But like in any body of water?
Yep.
Ocean, river?
Yep.
Pool?
I don't know about the pool. Natural bodies of water.
Granny's ghost is like, she loves swimming.
Well, if you go to the pool, there's plenty of live grannies there who might pull you down for not following the rules.
First-hand experience, we see.
Oh, I lied. There is one more thing. So, Bon Odori, the dance, because there's a lot of festivals in the summer too, and people will do the Bon dances. But did you know? Well, you should know because we went there. We went to Shimane.
Yes.
But why does nobody do the Bon dance in Matsue, Shimane? There's a local legend about that. So when Matsue Castle was being built in the early 1600s, they, not only for castles in Japan, but all around the world, for those ancient, buildings and stuff, they used a lot of human sacrifices.
Oh, yeah.
A human pillar.
What do they call it in Japanese again?
Hitobashira.
Hitobashira.
A live human. So like a live person is put into the foundation of the building as a sacrifice to the gods to make sure that the building will be complete safely.
That's a health hazard.
Well, they're dying, so duh.
What I meant to say, not health hazard, that's a code violation. I guess they didn't have building
They didn't
codes.
have those in the 1600s.
They just put a live person in the infrastructure.
For Matsue Castle, so they apparently, the legend says that they chose one girl to be one of their hitobashira because she was the best bone dancer around. She was a beautiful young lady. She was a great dancer. So they're like, that's the one.
So yeah, I guess that town stopped practicing the dance.
Because after she was buried alive inside the castle's infrastructure, apparently it was banned for anybody to dance on the streets of Matsue, because when they did, the hill called Oshiroyama would shudder and the castle would quiver from basement to summit.
She was dancing.
And you can hear that legend. It's in, Lafcadio Hearn? Lafcadio? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, because the katakana version is Lafcadio.
I like Lafcadio.
It sounds fancy.
Yeah.
But he lived, in a lot of places in Japan, but he settled down in Matsue, right, with his Japanese wife. So when we visited Matsue, there's a whole museum for him, and he was a writer, and he also liked scary stories. So he and his wife collected a lot of local legends and put it into some of his books.
You have the scary story one, right?
Yeah, I have one of them. But this legend, it came from the one called Glimpses of Unfamiliar Japan.
Oh, yeah, right. We also had the people tell us the story, right, when we were touring.
Yeah, when we were touring, they told us this one as well. Whether you think it's true or not, it's an interesting story.
Even to this day, they don't.
Yes.
I guess they gotta...
At least not near the castle.
Gotta get out of town to get some dance on.
Yeah. You want to practice your dance moves? Get out of town. Okay, so I have 4 stories. You have 3?
I believe 3.
Okay, I'll start, but I'll do one of my shorter ones first.
I'm ready.
So all of the stories that I found on Reddit, they're from r/paranormal encounters.
Okay.
Okay, so it's called I Saw Its Face Without Turning Around.
Uh-oh.
My family told me not to think about this too much and not to tell anyone about it, but I've always wondered if anyone has experienced something similar. When I was a kid, I was in my room upstairs with my younger brother. I grew up in Japan. It was a completely normal day. We were just sitting in front of a computer. I was reading something and he was watching videos. Then suddenly something felt off. All the sounds around me didn't disappear, but it felt like they were pulled far away. The video, the cicadas outside, cars passing by, even the sound of a chainsaw nearby. Everything just felt distant. Right after that, I felt something behind me. Not a presence, but pressure. Like something was there, but in a very real physical way. It wasn't cold. It felt heavy, like it was pressing into my back. The moment I felt it, I knew something was wrong. And at the same time, I had this strong thought, don't let it know that you're aware of it. Then, something even stranger happened. Without turning around, I could see behind me. Not like imagining it. It was as if I had another set of eyes on the back of my head. I could see it clearly. It was standing right behind us. It was huge, almost reaching the ceiling. It was wearing something white, stained with dirt. Not exactly clothes, more like a shapeless cloth. Almost like a teru bozu. Its feet were especially dirty, covered in soil. And its face. It was smiling. But it wasn't a human face. It looked like it was wearing a mask made of dirt. The texture felt wrong, and its head was slightly larger than a normal person's. Something about it was just off. I didn't see its real face. I saw the mask, clearly. I felt like I wasn't supposed to see that. Like if it realized that I could see it, something bad would happen. I looked at my brother. He seemed out of it, like he wasn't fully there. I knew we had to leave. So I said, hey, let's go get some ice cream downstairs. Normally he would refuse, but this time he just quietly said yes. I picked him up and went downstairs without looking back. My mom was there, completely normal. I couldn't tell her. I felt like I shouldn't. Later, when I went back upstairs to turn off the computer, the presence was almost completely gone. Years later, I told my father about it, but he only said one thing. Don't think about it, and don't tell anyone. Has anyone ever experienced something like this? Like feeling a strong pressure behind you, hearing everything suddenly become distant, seeing behind you without turning around? I still don't know what it was.
That would traumatize me. This reminds me of a manga I read. I forgot the name, but in the manga, it's a comedy, by the way. It's a horror comedy because she has to pretend that she can't see the ghost. So it's just like her story where the ghosts are like looking directly at her like,
oh, and she just has to ignore it.
See me. Yeah, she just has, but it'll be like the most grotesque because the artist is really good. So it'll be like the most grotesque drawing you ever seen, and she's just like trying to act like she can't see it, but you can hear her in her thoughts. She's like freaking out. So it's a comedy. Maybe we should watch it. I haven't watched that. The anime is out, but I haven't watched it.
Okay.
It's a good spooky time.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I'll try to find it after this. It's a good one. So my turn. So this one is from Japanese residents. So people who are living in Japan, right? So the girl is a mangaka. So she's asking, I'm trying to write a horror manga. Can you guys tell me about something that you've experienced?
Oh, okay.
Like a real experience. I want to, not stuff that you made up, like stuff that you experienced. So this user said they have a ghost story. I have a ghost story from when I lived in Fukui. I was a jet ALT in the Inaka, rotating through all the elementary schools in my town, so I drove a lot. One day, in the depths of winter, it was already dark when I drove home. The snow was coming down hard and I was pretty much crawling, so I got a shock when I came around a corner and thought I saw a kid standing on the sidewalk. I stopped the car a few meters ahead and carefully backed up. No kid. Thinking maybe he had fallen into the tambo, I got out and started walking up and down the little roads in the blizzard. No kid. Eventually, I went home and I called my supervisor for the closest school to tell them, right? So she's worried that maybe the kid is lost in the blizzard. They said they would check if any kids were missing, etc. The next day, I went to the school, which happened to be one of the smallest and oldest in town. All the kids are accounted for. However, they had historical photos in the hallway, and I stopped dead in front of one from the early Showa era.
Oh.
There was my kid. Maybe not the exact same child, but in that style, with the little military cap and all. I have never much believed in the paranormal, but I'm damn certain that I saw a ghost that night in the snow.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, I guess, imagine you work at a school and you see the ghosts from the past.
From the Showa period.
That used to go to your school that you're working in. It's kind of
very interesting. At least it wasn't a real kid.
Yeah.
That fell into the rice field ditch.
Oh, God. But yeah, the OP sounds nice because they're like, find this child.
That's true. A lot of people would just be like, oh well.
Well, I guess a blizzard's kind of a big deal, though.
That's true. Fukui gets a lot of snow.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so let me share my longest story. It's called Kurosaki Point, which is a place in Kanagawa Prefecture.
Nice.
Okay, so short backstory. I was stationed in Japan, found a nice beach in Miura named in the title. That's Kanagawa. There are multiple man-made caves in and out of the peninsula from the Middle Ages. Many are burial tombs, shrines, mass graves, and holy sites where spirits are worshipped and believed to live. We were not aware of this. The beach was suggested randomly on Google to me and my husband as we searched for new places to visit. We visited 2 or 3 times, noting many abandoned buildings on stilts on the hills, as well as 2 big caves. The entrance to this beach is sketchy, to say the least. You arrive on a farm after climbing a blind, steep hill. All you can see are bamboo and wood surrounding it. No ocean sounds. The only smell was compost as you drive for a mile to the end where multiple cars are lined up, one behind the other, on the road between the cabbage fields. We are confused as there's only a very small path winding into the bamboo thicket. We trek through, hill roots everywhere. We arrive at the top of a large hill and it opens into the Pacific Ocean, full of rocks and tide pools, a couple campers spread throughout. This beach is massive, as far as you can see on either side. We go again with our friend. My husband and I arrive and have fun until they wanted to explore the abandoned buildings, which immediately made me feel off. I felt like we shouldn't be there, and like we were being watched in broad daylight. We leave the buildings and notice a dead cat washed ashore.
Oh, that's already a no for me. That's a big no for me.
We all 3 turn around and notice the cave, a wooden sign outside saying warning, and the rest written in Japanese. We figured it was a warning for cave-ins. We immediately noticed it's old and worn, and the top is curved like a door, but bricks are still covering a portion, like it was bricked up. Doesn't that mean erection?
I was listening like...
Why was the cave bricked up?
Not bricked up on a Tuesday.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
Slang.
It was like it was blocked off.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. Back to the story. We walk in and immediately note a room to our right. A pile of clothes lay in the corner as well as plenty of trash. The clothes gave me a bad feeling and I wondered who would leave their clothing in a pile together like that. It takes a sharp turn and the stairs begin.
Stairs!
In a cave? No.
Well, they already went
not.
too far. First of all, they already went in the cave.
That was the first mistake.
After they saw
seeing the
dead
cat. Okay. Each step is worn down. The walls are sharp rocks and we begin to climb. Water is constantly dripping from the ceiling. I did not want to step in the water pooling in the center of the walkway. I don't know why. Why would you? That's nasty.
Get your shoes wet.
A small room was ahead as we finished the stairs. My friend goes ahead alone, being loud, trudging through the water, joking about things being inside the cave. My hand is on the wall guiding me, and it sent TV static up my entire arm, into my spine, and in the back of my head, like an instinct. He comes out of the room joking to us, and we were both silent, like our bodies somehow knew this was not the place to act up. Directly to our right is another staircase. The air is getting cold. The further up we go, the further in we went, the more windy it became. We swear we climbed many more stairs than the hill was tall. My friend is leading us, being loud, still poking his head into any cavern which opened. We look down and pick up a credit card. My first thought was, whoever's clothes are in the front, maybe the owner of this card? But why is someone else this deep in here naked? This was never answered. I took the card, but quickly decided to get rid of it upon leaving. I have guilt over it maybe being someone's missing case evidence. But with what we experienced, I don't think anyone can judge my choices. We trek along a little further, and I've already lost my way, relying on my hand, holding my spouse's shirt, and my other against a wall, all trying to avoid the water. My spouse stops, and the bad feeling I had since starting to explore places we were not meant to be grew. So many warnings ignored. I tell my husband once my friend starts to act different, that I have a bad feeling. He said, me too. And we stay near him as he's very excited, exploring, and may get lost. His friend is typically very composed and has never acted this wired. He was screaming practically, making taunting jokes towards the cave and any spirits within, therefore joking about the entire culture. He joked like things were chasing us, making taunting noises and overall acting like a disrespectful ass, which I've never heard or expected him to do, and have never seen or heard it from him since. He was acting almost manic. It was a terrifying, excited energy. Following him, I lost our way a long time ago, not having a light. I think the other two guys had flashlights.
Okay.
So she's just holding on to her husband and the cave wall.
Don't catch me doing that.
We soon find a bunch of dirt piled at the end of a tunnel, and we popped our heads above ground. It was the bamboo thicket. No sounds of the ocean. It felt like we were literally exited into another world. The other side, my friend was acting disgusted and practically begging us to come back in the cave. I was scared. The bamboo felt like safety. Something told me to run from my friend and the cave. It was terrifyingly silent, and I still felt safer on the other side. But we couldn't abandon him. We say we're ready to go, and we start going back, never actually reaching the end of the cave system. The passages kept splitting, and it never seemed to end. My friend kept on with the same aggressive energy the entire way back. We paused right before the staircases leading down and out the entrance. It was a perfectly circular tunnel, small enough you have to crawl. It was angled 45 degrees straight up.
Crawl?
Crawling in the cave tunnel?
No.
They point flashlights, and we noticed it opened at the top, about 30 feet up, much higher than the hill actually was. We climbed 2 very tall staircases, and that tunnel went 45 degrees up, and it was long. This hill was nowhere near that tall. At this point, me and my husband watch him begin to crawl up. I look at him and talk about the height and how it doesn't make sense. As we whisper quietly, note I've still been avoiding the water, I lower my head, hand on the wall, trying to listen, as I felt we weren't alone. I get the TV static shock again. I lift my head up and my husband goes wide-eyed. I look at him and I said, we aren't alone in here. Immediately after, we hear crashing footsteps running up the staircase directly through the water. The splashing echoed even after the footsteps stopped directly by the doorway to the stairwell, our only way out. Just then, my friend exits the hole, completely stern, no emotion, and says we have to go. He states there are bugs. I don't know how I didn't touch one running my hand along the wall, but we glance up with the flashlight. Thousands of cave centipede things. We never saw them prior to exiting. We exit, finally. I could feel whatever it was right behind us. I just turned around after exiting and bowed and apologized. That felt right. I know it was sitting at the bottom watching right behind the corner on the stairs. Immediately exiting the cave was a fresh dead hawk, which was not there when we entered. Another omen of death, I assume. We left and my friend was drained. Whatever was giving him that energy, wanting him to stay inside the cave and act aggressive, had exhausted him. He slept the entire way home. I never went back. I believe whatever inhabits this cave draws people in, makes them act aggressive and like going deeper into the cave is an addiction. The hill is not this tall. I believe we somehow exited through the other side of a veil. I have so many unanswered questions, and I hope some of you can help me understand what we found. Thank you for taking the time to read this, and thank you even more for helping. I don't know if anybody helped her. There's not that many comments.
Spirited away.
That was 4 years ago. Where is she now?
Hopefully not spirited away. Because what if she went back to the cave because the cave is calling for her?
I hope they never went back to that cave.
I know I wouldn't. First of all,
I wouldn't have gone in.
I see a dead cat. I'm like,
That's a really bad sign.
something's going on. And then no flashlight?
Yeah, it sounded like only the two guys had the flashlights.
No. And then if I'm with you and I know you for a long time and you're acting weird,
That's a really bad sign.
I'd be like, why are you acting like that? Let's go.
Grab your hair and
Yeah, let's go back.
get out of here now.
I don't know. Are they white? No offense.
I'm assuming so.
No offense. It's just, that just sounds like white activities. Because, yeah, Hispanics would be like, no, I'm not going in there.
I love spooky stuff, but I am not going into a cave.
True. That's true. I mean, I feel like we like the paranormal and we've seen so many things. And like we've been through it. Like we had our spooky times going to the cursed island and all that. But
Yes.
these are all sanctioned places.
But those are places where it's out in the open.
Yeah.
I'm very claustrophobic. So
Doing
you're not going to
research.
catch me going in a cave tunnel.
You're not gonna be splunking. You're not gonna be in those.
No, I've watched The Descent.
It's a
I'm
good
not
movie,
going
by
in
the
that
way.
cave.
They're waiting for you. But dang, I really want to know though. But I'm not gonna be the one to find out.
Yeah, I don't want to go in there. But if anybody else does, let us know what happened.
I feel like they're lucky to even
That they
like,
got out.
Yeah.
Ooh, creepy.
And the thing was waiting in the corner. What thing? She didn't get to see it.
Well, good thing she didn't get to see
Must
it.
have been an entity. There must be a shrine on the bamboo part or something.
Maybe.
The mystery continues. Okay, so mine don't have titles because it's just people.
These are the comments that were replying to the mangaka.
Yes. So this person says, so about my 3rd year in Japan, I moved to a small town. I am living way up in the woods, north of the little town I work in. It is narrow, winding road with a river on one side and a steep mountain on the other. The road is so narrow that there are places to pull over and wait if another car is coming. One night, I am heading home after work, keeping in mind that if I see a car heading towards me, I or they have to pull over. I am heading north with the river on my left and mountain on my right. I get to this place that the road curves to, the left with a big rock on the left side of the road, right at the curve. I see car lights of a white Taurus-type car to the left of the rock, kind of over the river, coming from the other side, and so I pull over to wait for them to pass. I keep waiting for them to come around the rock, which has a small shrine in it, but they never come. Huh, weird. But there are a few buildings up there. Maybe they pulled in just as the rock obscured my vision of them. I head home without thinking much about it. Later that night, I get the munchies, and the only store was back south in the main part of town. So I am driving south this time and come to that same corner. And I see the same white car past the rock shrine, coming north towards me this time. This time, I am by the buildings and I pull over and wait for him to pass. But no car comes.
Ooh.
This is really weird because on the north side, there are places a car could disappear, but on the south side, there is nowhere to go. Only a steep mountain on one side and a river on the other. As I ease around the bend, nothing, no car to be seen. So this sticks with me until one day in October, I am teaching a culture lesson about Halloween in the local junior high school. The subject of ghosts come up and I jokingly say, "Hey, I think I saw a ghost. Do you know the road that goes north with the shrine in the corner of..." Screams of terror from half the class. Like total panic. Girls are crying, guys are shouting, and the Japanese teacher has deadly white. Some are literally in the fetal position. Stop.
Does no one drive on this road?
I was floored at the reaction. It seems that the rock was a dangerous place, but was unable to be removed because of the shrine, without offending the gods there. A white car crashed into it and someone died. People freaked out because there was no way I could have known about it.
Oh, wow.
To be crying is crazy. So this must have been like pretty symbolic to them. Even the teacher was like, no, not the cursed rock.
They must have seen it too at some point.
That's true. Or it must be like a pervasive legend in the town.
Don't drive on that road.
If you see a white car, just keep going. Don't, because he was
But
stopping.
then what if somebody else has a white car?
That's true.
And it's not the ghost car.
That's true. Maybe
You
everybody
gotta stop just in case.
maybe everybody knows what the motto is. My thing is he never saw who was in the car, I guess, as well.
That's true, yeah.
Because his vision is obstructed when you pull
By the
over to the
rock,
side,
yeah.
right? The class was like, how do you know that? So now they believe.
Okay, I'm gonna share one more Reddit one and then save the listener story for last.
Okay.
So this one is not super long. It's called My Only Paranormal Encounter as a Skeptic.
Oh, that's always good.
Okay, so flat out, this is a true story. I'm not trying to spread a made-up story. This actually happened to me. So I'm a pretty solid skeptic when it comes to ghosts. I adore cryptids, monsters, and folktales, but I just plainly don't believe in ghosts. My family went on vacation to Japan back in 2023, to Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. Great time, amazing vacation, yada yada. But one night in Kyoto, my family ate dinner near a river and then went to a jazz bar after. We left around 10-ish to go back to the hotel. I wonder if that was Pontocho
That's true.
in Kyoto.
If it's Kyoto,
Yeah, along the river.
it's gotta be.
We start walking down the gorgeous street that the bar was on, which was pretty empty because of the time. The only other person on the path was a small person dragging a suitcase behind them. It was a lady, somewhere between 4 to 5 feet, wearing like stereotypical grandma clothes and a huge hat. But what freaked me out was that her head was fully tucked downwards, full on 90-degree angle down. She was moving slowly, so we eventually passed her, and I still remember she dragged the suitcase on the rocks. Me and my sister were quietly freaking out as two teens would be until we finally got in the Uber. But the absolute cherry on top that makes me so terrified to this day is that when we were driving, I looked out the window to see if she was still there. I saw her standing in the middle of a crowd, no one acknowledging her at all. But instead of her head down, her head was leaned far up, and she was almost completely pale, like a dead body. The way I remember her face is that of the movie Nope, with the lady whose face was pulled off by the chimp. I really can't think of any other way to describe it. I just remembered that story recently after looking through pictures of that night. None of her, though. I still don't really believe in ghosts, but that freaked me out.
That's a ghost if I ever heard one.
Yeah, sounds like a ghost to me.
Oh, I guess I have seen little old ladies like walking with their head down, but not at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. I was like, that sounds like a normal old lady.
Yeah, she just has like scoliosis. Like it does happen. But oh man.
Yeah, but the fact that she's in the crowd and nobody is seeing or acknowledging her.
Yeah, we're bumping into her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's freaky. And the parents said nothing? Damn.
Maybe they didn't see her. It sounded like it was just the two siblings.
Oh, I guess. I would tell my mom. Mommy, help. I guess they're not a skeptic anymore.
Oh, for that car story, it says, link to the place. Go see for yourself if you dare.
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot this part. I don't know if I would go check the rock though.
I wouldn't do it alone.
That's true. That's true. But we're not going in no cave.
No. I don't want to do that. There's bugs and roaches and centipedes and
Geji.
and spirits.
Geji is, what is it called? House
Centipede, a millipede or something.
Yeah.
In that bricked up cave.
With my Geji. Ew. I don't want to go to the bricked up cave and play with the bugs
No.
and get haunted by an entity.
No.
And spirited away. What else did she got everything in
happened
story.
in that cave.
Yeah, luckily I have no drowning because she didn't touch the water, but
True. Maybe the water is what made the friend freak out.
oh my god, it's like drugged water. Okay, so this next story is my longest one and it's the last one, I believe. It's up to you whether you believe me or not, but this is what happened to me 4 years ago. Forgive me if I make mistakes, English isn't my native language. So I live in Kyoto. The day this happened, I worked until 9 p.m. I went back home, had dinner, and took a shower. After a while, I thought, I want to go for a walk. So I decided to head toward Saga Arashiyama to take some night photographs. This idea wasn't new. I had been thinking about doing it for a week. However, most of my coworkers were like, I wouldn't do that. The Arashiyama area is known to be bad to visit at night. Well, in my culture, we are taught that rivers, lakes, and anywhere water flows attract spiritual energy.
Same in Japan.
Still, I got ready for my adventure, set my Google Maps, started walking. At the beginning, it was pretty nice, watching the city at night and passing near a few shrines. But happiness doesn't last forever. Google Maps guided me through a neighborhood next to a river, and believe me, it was pitch black. You wouldn't see a single house or even your hand in front of your face.
Did they have a flashlight?
I guess they didn't because they were just going on a photography walk, right?
Imagine they gotta flash the camera to see.
I hesitated to go in, so I used my flashlight. Oh, so they did have a flashlight.
Okay. Problem solved.
Yeah. I could see houses and parked cars, but not a single outside light was on, which is really weird. I thought, well, there are no thieves in Japan, so I went in. I pointed my flashlight everywhere, taking in the beautiful river next to me and a cluster of wealthy homes. The only background noise was the sound of flowing water. But after a while, I heard a sound. Gacha, gacha, gacha. The mechanical sound of a bicycle.
Oh.
My first thought was, someone from the neighborhood saw me and called the police. Remember, this is a foreigner word. This is a foreigner telling the story.
Pretty likely.
In Kyoto, I already believe him. So I was hesitant to look behind me. A rush of feelings hit me all at once. The air felt cold as winter, even though it was summer. And the atmosphere was so dense you could slice it with a butter knife. Suddenly, the bike sound was right beside me. When I looked over, there was a girl in a dress riding a vintage bicycle. She looked at me and said, "Good evening. What are you doing here?"
Ah.
I felt a chill down my spine and a gut feeling telling me, "This is not good. This is not good." I answered her and we started talking. But every 6 minutes or so, she would ask, "Are you not scared?"
That's not a normal question.
As we kept talking, I noticed red flags everywhere. There's already been like 5. From her haircut and close to her bicycle. After about 30 minutes, I finally saw a light at the end of the road. She said, "It's such a shame that you have to leave. I had fun talking to you. When you go back home, don't walk back down the street. Only take it when you go toward Arashiyama, but never when you're returning home." Confused, I asked, "Why?" "It's not good," she replied. "And every time you want to visit here, you need to ask permission." I asked, "Do I need to ask permission from the police or the people in the neighborhood?" She laughed and said, "No, the river."
Oh.
When she said that, my entire body paralyzed. The same feeling you get when a lion roars right in front of you. I felt like I was going to pass out. In the blink of an eye, she was gone, and it was just me. My primitive survival instincts kicking, and I started running for my life.
That was delayed.
When I reached the well-lit area, my vision went blurry, like a camera losing focus. When my eyes adjusted, I realized I was standing right in front of the tombstone of Abe no Seimei, the most famous onmyoji exorcist in Japan, located in Saga Arashiyama.
Wow.
I knew where I was because I had been there plenty of times before, but strangely, there was no pitch black street behind me, nor anywhere in the surrounding area. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Look.
Where did he go?
Spirited away. I'm freaking out. I walked toward the river near the big bridge in Arashiyama, but I started feeling physically ill. I bought a coffee and sat by the river to process what happened. First, I realized a chunk of time was completely missing. I could swear it was around 12:40 a.m. when I entered the pitch black street, but when I came out the tombstone, it was 2:30 a.m.
Oh, wow.
He talked to her more than 30 minutes. Then, as I tried to remember the girl, I realized something terrifying. I never saw her face.
What?
It's like my brain couldn't process her image, as if it surpassed my comprehension. And the strangest part, I never spoke Japanese to her. We were speaking in my native language the entire time. But in that moment, my mind couldn't make sense of anything. What? After a while, I managed to take just 3 pictures and decided to go home. I was lucky to find a taxi because there was no way I was walking back. During the ride, the taxi driver looked at me and I spoke Japanese with him. Looked at me and asked if I spoke Japanese. I said, yes, a little. He asked if I was feeling all right or if something bad had happened. I told him the story and he said, that's the calling of the river.
Oh.
There are many energies in Sagarashima and a lot of them are souls. Sometimes at night, they feel lonely and want to play. It's neither a bad thing nor a good thing. When I got home, I passed out on the toilet floor. When I woke up, it's 1 p.m. and I had a 39 Celsius fever. That's 102.2 Fahrenheit for those in America. The fever lasted for about a week.
A week?
I felt terrible. Even now when I go walking at night, I can sometimes see that the same street in the distance, completely pitch black. If you ask me, would I enter it again? I can sincerely tell you, I don't know. Part of me wants to go back, but another part of me knows better. I won't share the exact location because I don't want people going there and turning it into a tourist spot. Believe it or not, Japan has a lot of power spots where strange things happen at night. I have more stories like this. Some are even worse. Tell us!
We gotta message them.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll reply for the Halloween episode.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Because this post was only like a year ago, so
I'll send them a message on Reddit.
I mean, they seem to speak English, so.
That's true. But Saga Arashiyama, that's where Kiyotaki Tunnel is.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been to the Kiyotaki Tunnel. And
But I've never walked around in that area at night.
No, only stayed in my car.
Midnight.
Actually, I remember I went with an ex-boyfriend and his friend. Mm-hmm. And this is like that's the third time I'm there. And me and my ex were just like fooling around. But the guy that took us there, he's like, I can't go.
Oh.
He just waited by himself by the car. He's just like, and I can't. He wouldn't enter the tunnel. Meanwhile, I was like entering the tunnel. But like it felt
on foot?
Yeah, on foot.
Oh.
Because we parked the car and he's like waiting on the side. So we're like, hey, come with us to the tunnel. He's like, absolutely not. So we go in the tunnel and I start to feel weird because I'm like, why doesn't he want to come in the tunnel? So we kind of went back quickly.
Okay.
Because, like if somebody's feeling something, you should listen to them. If someone's like, I feel off, it's better to just leave. So we just left and drove off. Mm. Even though we had specifically driven there to be in the tunnel. Don't mess with ghosts. Mm. I know my limit.
Wow, that's a good story, though.
Yeah, I did not expect that. Like, I had skimmed through it. I was like, this sounds good. But it's more exciting when you're in the moment. But wow, gotta ask, what could be worse than that?
Yeah.
All right, so are we ready for the listener story?
Yes.
Woohoo. That really gave me goosebumps. Oh my gosh. I felt like, But the cave one also gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, the cave one was freaky. But I like those kinds of stories because I can live vicariously through them.
That's true.
I'm not going in.
I wouldn't walk into a pitch black road.
There was a staircase inside of a cave. What?
And you went several stories down.
Yeah.
Catch me not there. Don't catch me there.
You saw somebody's clothes at the entrance of the cave.
They're like naked.
And a dead cat.
Someone's credit card. That's a missing person.
The credit card was further in. So she's like, how'd this person's naked? How'd they drop their credit card here?
Absolutely not. But yeah.
The last story of this episode.
Woohoo.
It's not super long, but it's not short. Thank you for sending this story, by the way. You know who you are. Okay. From September 2024 to January 2026, I lived in the Fukushima countryside for language school. During that time, I lived in my school's dorm on the 4th floor at the end of the hallway. So I only had a neighbor to the left and above me. When I moved in, it was already dark out, so the only thing I could make out across the road from me were the shapes of trees. The next morning, I discovered that the view from my window was actually a cemetery. While that didn't scare me, I don't believe in ghosts, it was still a little off-putting, especially with the things that followed. Knocking, scratching, voices, and something unexplainable. I would hear knocking and scratching nearly every night, coming from the right exterior wall and my balcony door. One night, at around midnight in the fall of 2025, the banging and scratching at my balcony door/wall was so violent, I figured there must be a bird or something stuck on the balcony.
Oh my.
But when I ran over and threw my curtains open, there was nothing there and the noises instantly stopped. I crawled back in bed and a few minutes later, it started again, but much softer. There was no way for a bird to fly away as soon as I opened the curtains, since the sound was there up until I opened them. And my balcony was too far away from my neighbors for it to have been her.
Wait, this is the daytime or nighttime?
Nighttime.
There wouldn't be birds at night.
True.
They're sleeping.
True.
Oh my God. Well, you could have been a bat, I guess.
Around midnight.
No, there's no birds.
In addition to that, from October 2024 to March 2025, I would hear knocking and pounding on my left wall, along with murmuring. Pretty normal for a next-door neighbor, except my neighbor had moved out. This was a completely empty room. The strange noises also stopped once a new girl moved in March. But even after all this, the scariest thing I ever experienced was during an episode of sleep paralysis.
No.
Unfortunately, I do experience sleep paralysis quite often, so while it's always a little frightening, it's not unusual for me. It was a Sunday morning. I had started waking up, but wanted to go back to sleep, so I turned on my side, with my back facing the room, my face facing the wall, and I tried to fall back to sleep. As I was trying to fall asleep, I started feeling that familiar heavy feeling come over me as my body slipped into paralysis. I started internally panicking, but then tried to calm myself down to break out of it. That's when I felt my bed lower, as if someone had sat down on my bed behind me. Because I was kind of in this half-asleep state, my first thought was that it was my mom trying to wake me up.
No.
Then I remembered I was in my bed in Japan. In that moment, I truly thought I was going to die. I could feel the weight of a person sitting on my bed, their back pressed against my back.
No.
I fought my body trying to break out of it, all the while they're sitting behind me. When I finally started to break out of it, I used all my strength to turn my upper body to face the person. But as I started turning, I felt the bed lift, as if the person had started to stand up. By the time I turned to face my room, there was no one there. Once I was able to stand, I got up and scanned the room, then checked my closet and bathroom. No one was there. I then checked my door, which was still completely locked, deadbolt and all. I truly have no logical explanation for this. I also want to add, the reason I thought this was the end for me was because early that summer, a male, former faculty member had snuck into the girls' dormitory and broke into a student's room. So in that moment, I thought that was what was going on. I swear I'm not that dramatic. Overall, although I loved living in the Fukushima countryside and miss it often, I'm very thankful to have moved out of that room. Thanks for reading my story.
You know what? When I was looking for an apartment with my roommate, we got shown a room with...
Near a cemetery, right?
Yeah. Well, when you looked out the window, you could see the cemetery. So my roommate was like, no. She's Filipina, so she's like, absolutely not. She's like, no.
Fair enough.
I don't care how cheap it is. We did move into like the more expensive unit, but on the second floor in like a different building. But do you see why?
Something would have been scratching on your balcony door at night.
Maybe the scratching one was like, it could have been a spirit that's not bad.
But you never know.
You never know. But the pressure thing, you know.
That's really scary. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yes.
You have?
You haven't?
No.
I had it the most when I was getting the least sleep.
Oh.
But one time I got it like in an airplane. Because, you know, you sleep like shit in those things. Because I was coming to Japan.
Sleep paralysis on an airplane?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the way that it felt was like somebody was sitting on me.
Oh.
One of the things you can feel during sleep paralysis is like someone watching you, but also
Yes.
somebody pressing on you.
Hat man staring at you from the corner of the room.
So I think during the airplane one, my eyes were closed, so I couldn't see who was sitting on me or like pressing onto my body. So it's just like her experience. So it could just be a symptom of paralysis or a ghost. And then the second time I experienced sleep paralysis, like my eyes were open. And I was watching this series. It's, you know, Agent? It's like about evil genies. I never finished it, but the way that it looks like squishy lines in the shape of a body.
Oh,
So that's what I saw.
ooh.
And it was huge, like the size of my room. And I was like...
Like TV static?
Like if you're sketching...
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like scratch. Like those kind of shapes into like a body.
Oh.
Like if you look it up on Google and you look Asian, you're gonna see like the shape that it looked like. So it looked like that, and like it was getting closer to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
ah, and then I woke up. But goddamn,
Scary.
you never had it, luckily.
Yeah, I never had it.
Some people never will. Some people are just like more susceptible to it. Must be like some brain thing. One of my friends had chronic sleep paralysis
That must suck.
Yeah, because he also had like insomnia.
But I have insomnia sometimes, so I'm surprised I've never had it.
Maybe because you have middle insomnia. I don't know if that makes a change. Like you're not sleeping.
I don't know. Never say never, but yeah.
I think you'll be fine, but it depends on people. But I never had it since, and that was like 2012 or something like that.
Wow. Okay, those were some pretty good stories.
Yeah.
I would say. If you want to hear more, there's a bunch of Halloween episodes that I've done with Cheyenne, the old co-host of the podcast. There's a playlist of that. But we're definitely going to have 1 or 2 more spooky stories episodes for Halloween as well.
It's a must.
I love it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to be a little scared at night when I go home.
If you see a lady on a vintage bicycle speaking your native language.
That's insane. I was thinking the whole time, like, what language are they speaking? And is his Japanese that good? And then
I
he
was
was
assuming it was Japanese.
So did I.
Yeah.
And I was like, retro hairstyle.
Yeah.
I was imagining like that bob that they had. And then she's like, don't come out here without permission.
From who?
The river. Bro. But yeah, thanks to all those people that posted those stories online for us to enjoy.
Yeah, thanks Reddit. And then thanks to the listener who sent us their story too. Good stuff.
I mean, I wish we had our own, but I'm glad we don't.
Yeah, nothing that good.
No, thank God.
Okay, well, hopefully you can sleep tonight.
I'll try.
All y'all out there, sweet dreams. Hopefully no sleep paralysis for you all.
Yeah.
And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Catch you again soon.
Bye.